Hey traders, welcome back. I'm Kenya with BK Trading Academy, and in today's training, we're going to talk about the US dollar index. I'm going to show you guys why it is so important to understand the DXY, what it is about, and how you can trade it. So let's go ahead and hop right in. Before we do me a favor and smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe and also turn on notifications so that you don't miss another training, and let's go ahead and hop right in. So the US dollar index is a measure of the health of the US dollar compared to a basket of other foreign currencies. Some of those other currencies are, for example, like the Great Britain pound, the euro, the Swiss franc, and also the Japanese yen, for example. So if you look at the DXY chart and you see that it is rising for currency pairs that have USD as the base, you pretty much want to be doing what the DXY is doing. So if you have a bullish DXY, then you also want to be long on USD pairs where the USD is the base. That's how you can trade it. Now, you will have slight pullbacks and corrections. So those are opportunities as well where you could be shorting short term those US pairs. But as long as you know that the DXY is showing that the dollar and compared to other currencies around the world is strong, then you want to take advantage of that. So let me show you how you would do this on a chart, and I'm going to show you exactly how to read it. All right, so take a look at this chart and you'll see that I have the weekly chart of the DXY, so the US dollar currency index over to the left. This is in TradingView and you can search this and pull it up. And I also have USDJPY to the right. Now, I am a fundamental and technical analysis trader, so I like to combine fundamental analysis with technical analysis to find high probability setups. And in looking at the DXY, I'm daily monitoring what is going on around the world when it comes to the USD currency in relation to other currencies around the world. But as long as I refer to, for example, the DXY, if I wanted to trade the USDJPY currency, I can look at the health of the DXY to tell me what is the strength of the overall dollar right now. And if we simply just look at the DXY and look at this weekly chart, you can see that it has been going up steadily since earlier of this year. Okay, since January we've been in a steady uphill. See that? So before we were kind of going down, and that was during the pandemic, and now we've been kind of recovering. So we have a recovering dollar, right? Although we still have massive debt in this country, but we are pretty much recovering. So notice that we're steadily making higher highs and higher lows with some slight pullbacks, right? So here we are, we're steadily climbing. We have a pullback, we have an impulse, we have a pullback, we have an impulse, we have a pullback. And we just might top off right here at this next resistance and then see it pull back some more, give us a 50% retracement. So those are things that we can look at to couple with our analysis, with our fundamental analysis, just by looking at the technicals of the DXY to see what is it doing, and that is a signal to what the US dollar is going to do. Now, how do I know that? I'm simply going to remove everything from my chart, and what I can do is pull up any USD pair and I can compare it. So look at this. Here we have the DXY, here we have USDJPY, right? Now, the tricky thing about USDJPY right now is that we don't have any historical data to lean on because this pair has been just going up. And the reason being is because we see that, or the United States is continuing to increase interest rates while Japan has pretty much stayed steady. They haven't increased their rates at all. We recently just seen the BOJ, Bank of Japan, step in and try to help really recover what is going on in their economy and really boost that economy, but they have not wanted to raise their interest rates. So because of that, we are seeing a very strong dollar against the yen, and you can see that's why we are seeing steady growth. You're probably asking yourself, when is this thing going to turn around and fall, right? Well, you can't just base it off of technical analysis, and this is why fundamentals are so important. So yeah, we might see some type of pullback, but I guarantee you that once we top off maybe right here at this resistance on the DXY, so let's say, for example, we get a retest of this weekly resistance here, we just might get a double top here on this weekly and then see it come down on a slight pullback, which USDJPY could possibly do the same. Okay, so again, we have to monitor this around fundamentals. Let's go to another pair and I'll show you an example. Let's go to USDCHF. So look at USDCHF, pretty much doing the same thing, right? If I go to the weekly, you can see overall it's been steadily uphill, right? So if we do short it, I would recommend shorting from very strong resistance levels like this, all right? Last few weeks, or even you can see we have slight an imbalance, but couple weeks ago, early June, that's the last time the price came to this area, rejected off of it and pushed down. That's a nice couple hundred pips or so. So it might just do that again, but overall, as long as this DXY is continuing to go up, I'm going to continue to be bullish on USD overall. I'm going to be looking for opportunities to buy because I see that buying is in my favor. So yeah, I can trade the slight pullbacks, for example, from here. I could probably get an easy 100 pips from here. We just might see it come back to about this area or even back down here and then continue to push upward. But this is how you can use the DXY in your analysis, especially when you're trading USD pairs or pairs that have USD in it, where the USD is the base, okay? If you're trading it where the USD is the counter currency, for example, then most likely you're gonna see the USD going down or opposite of what it's doing on a pair where it's the base. So let's go to USDCAD and let's see if we're consistent, okay? Let's take a look at USDCAD and absolutely, look here. DXY is going up. USDCAD is going up. Looks like we're approaching a very strong weekly resistance, right? So we're pretty overextended here. We have this huge impulse on the weekly. We've gotten a correction of this impulse and price push right back up. And now it's retesting that resistance again. So notice we're almost at a resistance here on the DXY as well. So we just might, as soon as we start to see this pullback, that's normally where we'll see USD pairs start to pull back as well, okay? So that is how you can use the DXY in your fundamental, also your technical analysis when trading, and that's how to trade it. If you see that it's going upward, then your bias should be one of a long bias. If you see that it's changing, then of course you're just going to change that. Now, of course, we have to consider our styles. I like to do a top-down analysis from the monthly to the weekly to the daily because I scalp and also swing trade. So if I see on the monthly and the weekly that pretty much we're upward, right? Even on the daily, going down to the daily uptrend, right? We might be topping off a double top right here. So this could be a good reversal area to short the DXY or any US pair. So I'm going to keep in mind of that. But once we get a pullback and then we start to see more growth, I'm going to be looking for that same thing on these USD pairs because they move very similar. So guys, that's how you can use the dollar index in your trading, and you can monitor the dollar index every single day. If let's just say you always trade USD CAD, that's the only pair you trade every day. Whatever the dollar index is doing is what USD is going to do compared to CAD. Now, the only thing that can change that, of course, is fundamentals. So you have to pay attention to high impact news and what's going on in these counter currency pairs where fundamentals could change that temporarily. But overall, if you have a strong dollar, then you're gonna probably continue to see it rise until that turns around, because the US dollar is our base currency for where we base a lot of value around the world as well. So guys, I hope that you find this helpful. Comment below and let me know what resonated with you. What did you like in this video? Maybe what you want to see more of. Do you like these technical analysis overviews combined with fundamental analysis? Curious to know what you guys are struggling with, what you need help with, and we'll be happy to help. If you are a new or struggling trader, I strongly encourage that you consider our academy. There's information in the description of this video. We do daily live trading with our students. More than anything, we give solid instruction on risk management. So many of our students have really grew with our risk management methods, and you'll hear that in so many of our testimonials. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you found great value in this video, and I will see you guys in the next training.